Hello everyone, welcome to Universe. Today we'll be creating something fit for royalty, a stunning simple crown in Blender. Before we start, I'll be using screencast keys so you can easily follow along with every key press and mouse click. Now let's get started. First, open Blender to start a new project. Press B to burst select the default, press X to delete. Press numpad 1 to go to front view, and press Shift-Ctrl-S to save this project. To create the base for the crown, press Shift-A to bring up the Add menu. Go to Mesh and click on Cylinder. Let's go to Add Cylinder and let's reduce to 12. Let's zoom in. With the cylinder selected, let's press Tab to enter Edit mode. Let's go to Face mode. Select these two faces right here. Holding Shift, press X to delete faces. Let's go to Vertex mode. Press A to select everything. Let's scale this in the X and Z axis. Press X and Z to scale. We want this to have a solid but elegant base. So scale in the X and Z and drag your mouse out a little bit. To create the spikes for the crown, we're going to select these vertices. Press E to extrude in the Z axis. Press E and Z to extrude. Then let's select these down vertices. I think it's too long. So let's select and let's bring this up in the Z axis. Now to add spikes to this crown, go to Select in Vertex mode. Go to Select and click on Checker this select. Bring this down a little bit in the Z axis. Now we'll be adding a loop cut to this to make this smoother when we add subdivision surface modifier. Press Ctrl R to add a loop cut and place this around here. Press numpad 1 to go to front view. Then let's enable X-ray mode. Let's switch to face mode right here. Switch to face mode and let's select these faces. Press I to insert faces. Let's disable X-ray mode. Let's press E and S to extrude inward. Press S to scale inward a little bit. Tab out of Edit mode. Let's add a solidify modifier to this. Go to Modifier tab, go to Generate and select Solidify Modifier. Let's increase the number to 0.06 and let's apply this Solidify Modifier. Go to the Modifier tab, go to Generate and select Subdivision Surface Modifier. Let's increase the value to 4 and let's tab into Edit mode. With X-ray mode enabled, let's select these vertices and let's scale this out a little bit and let's pull this in the Z axis. Let's disable X-ray mode. Let's scale this out a little bit to fit. Let's tab out of Edit mode and let's share this mode. Okay, let's tab into Edit mode and let's pull this out a little bit in the Z axis. We'll be adding loop cut to this. Press Ctrl R to add loop cut right here and pull it down. Press Ctrl R again to add another loop cut and pull it up in the Z axis. This is to make it look well defined, as you can see. Let's go to front view. Place your cursor at the center. Let's press Shift A to add a cylinder. This is going to be the logo of our crown. Let's increase the segment to 20. I believe every crown has a logo. So we'll be adding one to this crown. Let's tab into Edit mode and let's rotate 90 degrees in the X axis and let's pull this out in the Y axis. Let's scale this in by pressing X And let's scale this in the y-axis by pressing X and Y to scale in the y-axis, and let's pull this back in the y-axis. Let's position this at the center of our crown base. Let's go to face mode. Let's select this face and press I to insert a face. So we're going to separate this face. Press P to separate by selection. Let's tab out of edit mode. Let's select the circle and tab into edit mode. We're going to extrude in the y-axis. Press I to insert a face. And let's pull this out in the y-axis. Press I again to insert another face. And let's pull this out in the y-axis. Let's add a loop cut down here to make this look defined when we add subdivision surface. Let's select this and add a subdivision surface. Let's increase the count to 2. Let's shade it smooth. Let's select our logo and let's select this. Let's apply the same subdivision surface modifier to it and let's shade it smooth. So we're going to add some decorative dots to the spikes. Let's place our cursor right here, shift right click. Let's go to top view, press numpad 7. Press shift A to add a UV sphere. Let's scale this in to fit the top of the spikes. Let's position this right here. Let's shade this smooth. Press 7 on your numpad. Let's view this from the top view. We're going to duplicate this by pressing Alt D to duplicate and place to the other side. Let's position this very well. We're going to select this first one and let's add a mirror modifier to this. Let's press Ctrl A to apply all transformation. And let's place this in the y-axis. Let's select the second UV sphere and apply a mirror modifier to it. Press Ctrl A to apply all transformation. With our crown base selected, let's give this a name. We can name this crown base. Let's select our decorative dots. Let's name this decorative dots in our outliner. Let's select the second dot. Let's name this decorative dots 2. Then let's select our logo base. So we can just name this. Then let's select our main official logo and let's name this logo. So I think we should just name this crown logo base. Something like that is okay. You can just name it anything you feel like giving it. So let's add some shines to this. So I'm going to create another viewport by dragging my mouse to the side. Press Shift A to add camera to our scene. Go to the side, press numpad 3, press O to snap camera to view. Using fly mode, let's place this well a little bit. Let's select our camera. With our camera selected, let's move this up a little bit. And let's rotate this down just a little bit. Let's go to our camera properties and let's change that to orthographic view. Let's go to our output tab and let's change the resolution of our camera. So I'm going to change the X to 1080 and change the y-axis to 1920. So let's snap camera to view on the other side, and let's add a background plane to this. Let's bring this out and let's scale this to fit our background image. Let's select this edge right here and let's extrude in the Z axis. Press E and Z to extrude. And let's select this edge right here in the Y axis. Pull it out in the Y axis. Press Ctrl B to bevel these edges around here. Select these edges and press Ctrl B to bevel. Let's shade this smooth in object mode. Let's add a light. Shift A to add an area light to our scene. Let's move this to the side. With our camera selected, let's change this to 1. Press Z to change this to rendered view. If you notice, it's still very dark because we have not added any power to our light. Let's increase the power of our light a little bit. And let's rotate this. So if you notice, this is still showing white. That's because we have not added any material to this. So guys, let's give this some material. Let's select the base of our chrome. Let's go to Material tab. Add a new material. Let's give this a rich gold. So you can copy the hex code that I'm using. Then let's reduce the metallic to 1 and the roughness to 2. Let's select our decorative dots. Before then, let's name this gold. Let's select our decorative dots and let's apply the same material to it. Let's select our background and let's give this a very light purple. Add a new material in Material tab. Let's give this a very light purple. You can copy the hex code that I'm using. Then let's select our logo. Select the logo base. If you notice, we don't have our logo base here anymore. So we're going to add this back again. Place your cursor right here at the center. Press Shift A. Let's use a torus. Add a torus to this. Tap into edit mode and rotate this 90 degrees in the X axis and scale this in. Pressing X to scale and move this in the Y axis using the gizmo to position this very well. Let's shade this smooth. Then let's name this on our outliner. We can name it logo base or crown logo base, anything you feel like naming it. Let's select our plane and let's name it background. Then let's apply the same gold material to our logo base and let's select our logo and let's add a new material. We're going to add an emission to this. Let's switch to shader editor. And let's change from Principles BSDF to an emission. So let's give this a blue light. We can just give it any color that suits you or any color you feel like that can go with this rich gold. Okay, this is not bad. Let's switch to rendered view. Then let's go back to 3D viewport. Let's select our light and let's bring it out a little bit. We're going to increase the power a little bit. You can increase it to 500 or more. Then let's change the color of the light to light yellow. Then let's go to our world properties. Let's add a HDRI to our scene. This is optional. If you don't want to add a HDRI to your scene, you can leave it. If you don't have any HDRI, you can use the sky texture in Blender, or you can just go to Polyhaven to download a HDRI to add to your scene. So I already have a hairstyle, right? So I'm going to add this to my scene. So if you notice, the hairstyle that I'm using is actually very dark. So I'm going to increase the strength a little bit. Let's increase the size of our light a little bit. And let's pull this out just a little bit up. So if you're using Eevee, make sure you turn on ambient conclusion and bloom. But for this tutorial, I'll be rendering this in cycles. So let's switch from Eevee to cycles. Let's turn this to 1. With our camera selected, let's push this to 1. Let's move our light up a little bit. If you notice, you can see a sharp light at the edge, right corner right there by the left, if you notice. So let's pull this up a little bit. With this selected, we can reduce the metallic a little bit. Then let's go to our output tab. I think we made a mistake right here. So let's change that to 1920. Let's go to our render properties. So make sure you switch the device from CPU to GPU. Let's turn off this noise threshold and let's reduce the sample to 128. And let's turn on the noise. With our crown base selected, let's go to our modifier tab. Let's apply this subdivision surface modifier. Then we're going to render this scene and see how it's looking. Let's go to render and render as an image. This is how our image is looking. It has already rendered. If you notice, you're not seeing the emission effect we added to this. Let's go back to Blender. So let's go to Compositor. Press Shift A to add a glare effect. Let's place this in between and let's increase the medium to high and let's change this to fog glow. You can increase the size to 9 if you want. Then let's add a denoise node to this. Press Shift A to add a denoise. Okay, let's go back to shader editor. Let's increase the strength a little bit. You can increase the strength to 15 or you can leave it at 18. So let's render this again to see how it's looking. Alright guys, our image has rendered. If you notice, you'll see the bloom effect. The emission that we added is showing right now. So, and there you have it guys, a crown fit for a king. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more tutorials. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in my next video.